Okay, so today I'm going to can up some pears. Okay, so I've just added some lemon juice to a container here so that after I've peeled my lovely pears, they can go in there without getting brown, so that'll keep the color good. So here we go. Today I'm going to can up some pears, and I just came back from the market and bought a bunch of beautiful Bartlett pears, and they are not fully ripe. I prefer to can up my pears more on the firm side, because when they have been fully canned and they get nice and soft, they're actually quite beautiful that way. So once again, container with lemon juice. I'm going to add some cold water to that. Now I'm going to use a potato peeler to peel these, and after they're peeled, cut them in half. I'll show you what I do here after I get one peeled, and then we'll do the rest. And this is working out quite nicely, actually. And these are definitely firm pears, but I found that over the years that working with firm pears was always a better solution. Okay, so I've got that peeled. I'm going to quarter these so that I can clean the insides. That's it. So I'm going to cut out the seeds and the membrane there. So you've got a lovely, lovely clean quarter pear. Now these are a bit too firm to leave them just to cut out the seeds with one of these tools. So they definitely have to be quartered. And once again, I do prefer to do this with them on the firm side. They do soften up in the canning process. Okay, so they're getting tossed in the lemon water as we speak. One down, a whole bunch more to go. So I'm going to just continue along here until I've got them all peeled, quartered, and cleaned. Okay, I have prepared 9 jars. I don't think I'll use that many, but who knows. I've got a pot of water on the stove, and I am going to blanch and probably cook them for good 3 to 5 minutes, because these are they're not as ripe as they could be. And I also have a quart jar of light syrup left over from doing my peaches yesterday. So I'm going to heat this up. I was going to boil the pears in the light syrup, but I don't think I have enough of them to do that. So for the time being, I'm just going to use that as to fill up the jars after the pears have been blanched. So I'm just waiting for the water to boil here. I definitely can add a little bit of sugar to this. I don't think it'll hurt, so maybe I will, but not much. Let's make sure that I have this loose so I don't plop way too much sugar in there. Okay, so it's just maybe 2 tablespoons, just to have a little bit of sweetness in it. Okay, so when this comes to a boil, then we'll go through that process, and probably going to be doing a small batch at a time, and that's what I wanted to do. Otherwise I would have had a larger pot available here. Okay, my water is boiling, and I'm going to add a few of these pears to this pot and blanch them for a while. Now I'm hoping that doing this will remove some of the air pockets from these pears and they won't float, but I guess that depends on how long we leave them to simmer here. I'll probably put about half of them in here. Looks like I can fit that in. I've also got a bowl to pull them out so that I can put them in jars nice and cleanly without burning myself, hopefully. Okay, that should do it for that batch. Let that come back to a boil and then we'll let it simmer for probably 5 minutes, just because they are very much on the firm side. Okay, the first batch has been blanched and they've taken them out, and now I'm just going to start stuffing jars. Second batch is in there, and have no idea how many pears can fit in one jar, but we'll soon find out. Okay, we'll wait till those cool down a bit, because I think we can still add perhaps one more in each. Definitely one more in this one. And I'd like to make them as full as I can, actually. Okay, so I'm going to set the timer for this batch now that it's come back up to a boil. Okay, I've got all my gorgeous pears here filled. The jars are filled. It took 5 jars. That's all it took for all those pears. Amazing how many you can fit. I think I've got 2 pears in each jar at least. So now I'm going to add, and I hope I have enough of this, my light syrup. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add a bit in each one until I determine if I've got enough or if I have to make more. So I may have enough. Barely. I think I just got lucky here. Okay, 1/2 inch head space. Perfect. I did get lucky. Now, that job is done. And of course, the whole hope is that these don't turn out to be floaters as well. You know, it's pretty easy for fruit to become floaters. So, I do have my lids in hot water soaking. Okay, I don't want to add vinegar to this, so I'm just going to make sure the rims are clean. And we'll add a lid and a ring after that. And these will be water bath canned for 10 minutes 20 minutes for pints again at my altitude, which is below 1,000 feet. If you're at a different altitude, you would have to verify how long to can them for. And that's not a lot, but you know what? I'm likely the only one who's going to eat them unless I can find some sort of dessert I can make with them. I'm sure I can come up with something. Oh, these are lovely. And between this and the peaches, I've got over a dozen jars. Well, I think I have a dozen actually. I think I have 7 peaches and 5 pears. I was considering making fruit cocktail. This would be the time of year to do it as well, and I may yet end up making fruit cocktail, but we'll have to see. So, at this point, I'm just going to put those in a water bath canner for 20 minutes, And when I take them out, hopefully, we won't have floaters. Okay, so meanwhile, I had also purchased a bunch of green peppers. This is the time of year they are prolific, so you can get them for a decent price. And I find that for us, just cutting them up and freezing them, and these do not need to be blanched or anything. They can go into the freezer as is, and that works just perfectly for us. So I have washed them, and I'm just going to cut them up into slices at this point. And not even the tiniest of slices, but slices. And then I will put them in bags to freeze them. Growing my own peppers this year was not all that great, so I've had to buy them. But this time of year, actually, you can get a decent price for these things, so I felt it was worthwhile to do this. Okay, so I now have also 2 packages of green peppers ready to use whenever I need them, and each one of these have approximately 2 peppers in them. So, great, ready for the freezer. Okay, this is Tony from Her Homestead Skills. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will catch you on the next one. Bye for now, and have a great day.